Liftoff will start in T-minus 10 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We have ignition.
It's time! Seconds from game 7 or from championship number 6. Jordan, open, Chicago with the lead! Behind the screen, Harper got a piece of it, it comes off. The Chicago Bulls have won their 6th NBA championship. Tying run at second, 2 out, Palmero, over the head of Jenks. Uribe charges, throws, out! And the White Sox have won the World Series.
To the far side around the 8-yard line to Hester. Under it, and to the middle of the 15, to the 20, breaks free of the 25, to the 30, to the outside, 40, midfield, 40, 30 to the post, 20, 15, Hester 5.
For the 3rd time in 6 seasons, it's one goal achieved. The Chicago Blackhawks win the Stanley Cup. Bouncer slowly toward Bryant. He will glove it through to Rizzo. It's in time, and the Chicago Cubs win the World Series.
What up, what up, what up? Welcome to ShawnSierraSports on Sports Zone Chicago. I'm your boy, the SuperBack, Shawn Sierra. Thanks for tuning in. If you're watching the channel, excellent. If you're not subscribed to our YouTube channel, for real, come on, go to YouTube. Type in Sports Zone Chicago, click the subscribe button, but also click the notification button. That's the little bell next to it. That'll let you know anytime a show from Sports Zone Chicago is going live. Get it? Got it? Good. Now, you can also tweet the show. Tweet us at Sports Zone Shy. That's CHI at Sports Zone Shy. Now, if you want to follow me, just me personally online. You want to know what I did? Let me tell you what I try to do. Try to make it easy. Try to make it all one handle. But no, hackers jacked me up. So, on Facebook, which I still don't have access to, I'm at Shawn.Sierra.2025. On Twitter, I'm at ShawnSierra33. But on Instagram, Snapchat, and TikTok, I'm still at the Shawn Sierra. You can also tweet the show. Tweet us at Sports Zone Shy. That's CHI at Sports Zone Shy now if you want to follow. Actually, I just told you that. This. We got a good show. We got a lot to talk. I know there's not a lot of sports to talk, but we got a lot of sports to talk. I know this sounds kind of weird, but baseball is back. Baseball is back this week. It's weekend, I should say. Sox going to do their thing. Cubs going to do their thing, trying to do their thing. Yeah, it's summer league action. I think it's safe to say that Caleb Wilson was the right pick for the Bulls. I think it's safe to say he is definitely a game changer. I think it's also okay to say that him and Matas Buzelis, along with Josh Giddey, are going to be some problems, and you don't want no problems. They're going to be some big problems. Yes, they are, and the cool thing about watching in this summer league, watching this summer league. Caleb has had a couple of turnovers, probably a few more turnovers than we'd like. But here's the silver lining in that cloud. Caleb's handling the ball way too much. When the regular season starts, we have a point guard. We have a guy who averages a triple-double, damn near. We have a guy who can get you the ball. So guess what? He's not going to have to dribble and handle the ball anywhere near as much as he's handling it during the summer league. They don't have a point guard on a summer league team. So I'm looking forward to seeing Caleb with a point guard, a guy who could find him. So here's the trick. Caleb, move without the ball. That's going to be his, if I were Thiago, I would have so many screens set for Caleb Wilson and Matas Buzelis. So many screens. Because the thing you want with those guys, those guys are scorers. And the thing you want with those guys is you want guys, especially scorers, you want them to get in a rhythm early. And the best way to get in a rhythm early is by dunks and layups off of picks, off of movement. Okay, back doors, set plays where these guys get the ball, one dribble, layup, dunk, or no dribble, layup, dunk, or toss up for the dunk. Get these guys going early. If you get them going early, they have a tendency, though, more often than not, they'll stay hot. And I can't wait to see a game when Matas and Caleb Wilson are hot. One scores 35, the other scores 30. Bam. That's what we're looking at. That's what I'm waiting for. That's what I can't wait to see on a nightly basis. One scores 35, the other scores 30. Each get 8 to 10 rebounds. We're good. We are real good. Because Josh Giddey will find you. Josh Giddey will find you. Just all you got to do is have a step on your defender and be ready for the ball. Because that ball hits you, he'll bounce past it, it'll hit you in the waist. A chest pass or overpass, no hand look, or no look pass, hit you in the face. He'll get you the ball. And that's what I'm excited about. We have some guys, you see the excitement and the energy that these guys are playing with. You understand it. Okay, cool. They're trying to make this team. So they're going all out. And as they should. But there's going to come a point in time where you're not going to need it. You're not going to have the guys trying to make the team. You're going to be dealing with just the team. And that's what I think Caleb's skill set is going to really, really, really shine. That I can't wait for. That I cannot wait for. Just think of how, and you saw just in the Summer League games, he is like Matas Buzelis. He is not laying stuff off the glass. Finger roll, no. He's coming to dunk on your head. He's coming to dunk on your head. And I love it. It sets a tone. It sets an attitude. It sets a culture. And, Draymond Green, you've heard him talk about him mention Caleb. And he said, Caleb reminds him of KG, Kevin Garnett, out of Farragut High School. He said he thinks that Caleb's floor, where he begins, where he's starting, is Kevin Garnett. if his floor is Kevin Garnett, and he said no disrespect to Kevin Garnett because Kevin Garnett is one of the best power forwards this game has ever seen. If his floor is Kevin Garnett, can you imagine his ceiling? I cannot imagine us having a big guy that skilled. Us having a big guy that skilled that we develop. See, we can have guys that are skilled. We had Lauri Markkanen. We had Bobby Portis. But those guys were not developed under those regimes and those coaching staffs. We got a guy here who is the 4th overall pick, extremely talented, arguably the best talent in the draft, depending on who you ask. And a kid who wants to be great. He has said that in no uncertain terms. I want to be the best ever. And if I fall short, at least I know I tried. This dude is over at late night at the Advocate Center now, putting up jumpers. He's over there now. Since he's been drafted, I wonder if they have a cot or a bed for him. Sleeping quarters at the Advocate Center. Did he already get a condo downtown? Not stay at a hotel for a while. If I were him, I'd stay at a hotel, dog. You get a suite. First of all, you can afford it. You get a suite. You have restaurants downstairs or delivered to your room. You don't got to worry about bills, the hot water, the phone. They come and clean your room every day. So if I were him, I'd go and stay down at the Four Seasons or, I don't know, hey, you don't have to like Trump, but that'd be a nice place. I've been in the Trump Hotel. Those rooms are nice. Oh, there's some other 4- and 5-star hotels downtown. Stay there until you find a place. That's a quick, man. We're talking a quick 10-minute drive downtown to the Advocate Center because that kid is working. That kid came in and said, I want to be the greatest of all time. And he's going to work like someone who wants to be the greatest of all time. Can you imagine when this kid fills out and hits the weight room in like 3 years? Like, let's not forget, he's 19. He's not going to hit his prime until he's 25. You got 6 years of growing, 6 years of developing, 6 years of being in the weight room, 6 years of picking up the nuances of the game, 6 years of honing your skills, of becoming a late game assassin. Got 6 years of that before he hits his prime. That's scary. That's scary. Not to us, not to Bulls fans, not to me, to the rest of the NBA. And the rest of the NBA is already taking notice of this young man. So he's not playing today. He's not playing today, which I'm cool with. I'm cool with it. You saw him. He's averaging 21 points in 3 games. The nastiness, the attitude, the edge, the chip on his shoulder, whatever you want to call it, hasn't gone anywhere. As a matter of fact, it's enhanced. He played all 3 guys who got drafted in front of him, and he dominated all of them. And I know Boozer got a pick, poked it out, stole it, dunked it. I know. But he won that battle. I know they lost the game. They lost the war, but he won that battle. My excitement is for development of this young man and of all of our athletes. We'll talk about Miguel Vargas in a moment. But the development of this young man, when he puts some weight on, puts some muscle on, like I said, he's not going to be Karl Malone. But if he can be like KG or the Greek Freak, fill out that, or Joakim Noah, fill out that way. Ooh, Charlie. With that mindset. I forgot who it was on here the other day. I think it might have been King Booker World. It says we're about to hit a Chicago sports renaissance. We are about to hit a Chicago sports renaissance, and we got guys on every team that's leading the way. Connor Bedard, I know he's out 4 months. Connor Bedard, Frankie Nazar. Excuse me. On the Blackhawks. Caleb Williams, Matas, Josh Giddey. Let's not forget, Josh Giddey's only 23. Josh Giddey's only 23. He hasn't even hit his prime yet. The Cubs, you got Pete Crow Armstrong, you got Michael Bush, you have a lot of youngsters. Good mix of veterans, but you got some youngsters. PCA is going to be the leader of that team soon. On the White Sox, you got Mooney. You got my man Miguel Vargas, who I really like. He might be my favorite. He might be my favorite White Sox player right now. Because as a player, as a coach, his story hits me harder than others. Because of his loss of love for the game. He said it to his teammates when he was announced, when it was going to the All-Star game. He said it to reporters repeatedly afterwards. I never thought love for the game anymore. I'm paraphrasing. And for him, he is the kind of guy that we love him. We love him. He's humble, extremely hardworking. He's grateful to have a new opportunity, to have the opportunity that he has. And I think he's enjoying the hell out of this shit, being one of the main cogs in that wheel of keeping the White Sox in first place. I think he relishes this role. I think Mooney might get more publicity. One, because he's Japanese. Two, and no one says he's going to do anything. Three, he's coming and was on a tear when he first got here before he got hurt. And that's cool. But I think the backbone of this team will be Miguel Vargas, if it's not already. And the friendship that those two have is awesome. Awesome. I'm telling you, sports can do that. For those, hell, my guy Junior on here. I've known Junior since 1997. Shit, it'll be 30 years next year. Holy cow. And the friendships we had, my friendship with Paul Ohm, my quarterback, big shout out to Paul. My friendship with Tony Bell, my first fullback with the Chargers. My friendship with Caesar, One of my other linemen, the other guard, it was Junior on one side, Caesar on the other. Our friendship with Mark Micah, George Sierra, all the friendships that I had because of sports, because of the teams that I played on. And I'm grateful for it. And I love it. And I'm telling you, Miguel Vargas is loving this situation he's in. It started off horribly. There are a lot of people on these airwaves and these podcasts who are talking, man, he's terrible. He's a bad player. He's this, he's that. You got to let these youngsters develop. And at the time, they might be bad players. They very well could be. But you have to look and you have to be patient. You got to be patient with some of these guys. Patrick Williams is done with you, bro. Our patience is run out with you, Patrick Williams. And you got a new contract to boot in there. But development, he was not developed. King Booker will check it in. What's up, Baba? He's like, full name. Damn right, Shawn. No P will, no nothing. Only thing might be P won't, P can't, P hasn't. P will never. Oh my goodness, that's awesome. But I'm loving Caleb Wilson. So much to love about that young man. You know, he's not a jerk. He's not an arrogant prick. And I think what's so cool about it is that all the stars in developing or the stars in training are cool as hell. They're dope. They're not arrogant. Confident? Yes. Arrogant? No. And I wouldn't be too upset if they were arrogant, if they backed it up. But look at all the humble guys. Caleb just drafted by the Bulls. You've heard him speak. You see how humble he is. Caleb Williams. You see how humble he is. He's out there. He lives life on his own terms, but doesn't mean he's not humble. His first thought is team first, get the win. Connor Bedard. That's how they breed him in hockey. You don't have too many arrogant guys in hockey. Pete Crow Armstrong. Flamboyant, still a humble guy. Mooney, Miguel Vargas, still humble guys. I love the fact that that the stars that are going to represent this amazing city, the best city in the world, are all great people, are all humble men, young men and men. I love it. Was it you, King Booker World, that said that we're about to hit a sports resurgence? I think that was you, if I'm not mistaken. A renaissance, excuse me, not a sports renaissance here in Chicago. I think that was you the other day. Look who we have leading this renaissance. All these young stars who are humble, hungry, and extremely talented. You can be humble and hungry, but you ain't talented. But these guys are extremely talented. That's a hell of a combo. I like that kind of party. You know, it was you good. Good. I want to give proper credit, or credit where the credit was due. You got nicknames already. Miguel Vargas, MVB. Miguel Vargas Bashin. And the Japanese Josh Gibson, a.k.a. Moni. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. You know, I'm so excited about moving forward as we progressing in our teams. You know what's going to be awesome? It's going to be when we overlap. When my White Sox are in the playoffs on a consistent basis. You Cub fans, you should know how that is. There was a stretch for a while where you guys were going deep into October, well into football season. Sox fans, we haven't had that opportunity that often. But that's about to change. We're going to be going into late September and October as Bear season's kicking off, as Bull season's kicking off, as Hawk season's kicking off. Then we're going to have Hawks and Bulls. We're going to be in the playoffs as baseball started. So we're gonna be overlapping. That's the thing that I can't wait for us to overlap. And the crazy part about it is they're gonna overlap, and we're gonna want to watch both sports. Usually, like, yeah, okay, baseball's all right, we'll let them get going. We'll finish watching the Hawks when they were doing their thing. The Bulls back in the day, way back in the day when they're making the playoffs all the time, going into June. Now it's going to be like, damn, how far are the Bulls going to go? I got to go. I got to watch Chicago Sports Net, Chicago Sports Net Plus. Because the Sox are going to be on. And the Bulls are going to be on. The Bulls will be going. Ending of the season, the Sox will be beginning of their season. But this is where we're headed. This is where we're headed, and this is a great place to be. I'm fired up about it. And I might even become a little jerk or jagbag, talking shit to all my friends in Miami, my friends in New York. Well, there's really nothing I can say to New Yorkers. They just won the NBA title right now. So it's like, I'll leave them alone for a little bit. My guys in D.C., my guys in Jersey and Philly, I got something for you. But in New York, I can't really say much right now. They're on top of the world. They won the NBA title for the first time in 53 years. All right, I guess. Oh, man. We'll talk a little more, though. But here's what we're going to do. We're going to take a quick break. And on the other side of the break, we'll talk a little more. All right? Baseball season starts back up today. The All-Star break is over. Both teams resume today, the league picks back up today. Now we get to see, can we maintain in the second half? All right, so keep it locked right here. Shawn Sierra Sports on Sports Zone Chicago.
Operator 901, where's the emergency?
127 Brymere.
Okay, what's going on there?
I'd like to order a pizza for delivery.
Ma'am, you've reached 911. This is an emergency line.
Large with half pepperoni, half mushroom.
You know you've called 911. This is an emergency
Do you
line.
know how long it'll be?
Okay, ma'am, is everything okay over there? Do you have an emergency or not?
Yes.
And you're unable to talk because...
Right.
Okay, is there someone in the room with you? Just say yes or no.
Yes.
Okay, it looks like I have an officer about a mile from your location. Are there any weapons in your house?
No.
Can you stay on the phone with me?
No. See you soon. Thank you.
Every day, we take steps to keep the people we love safe, but some health risks are easy to miss. Ticks hiding in the yard can spread germs, like the ones that cause Lyme disease. Mice searching for food can spread bacteria that makes us sick. Mosquitoes lay eggs in standing water and can spread West Nile virus and more. Cockroaches are drawn to water in the home, leaving behind allergens that can trigger asthma attacks. Common pests can threaten our health. Learn how to protect your family at pestworld.org.
When I'm flying, I put my helmet on, my visor down, my mask up. You don't know who I am. Whether I'm African American, Asian American, Hispanic, white, male or female. You just know I'm an American airman kicking your butt. I'm General C.Q. Brown Jr. Come join us.
No, I don't know. No, I'm scared. I mean, you're so...
Do you know that you're in my lane? No, not at all. Are you not paying attention? Are you texting? I was just checking in with my mom. I was telling her that I thought we'd be home by 6. It's okay. There's enough time. Just pay attention. I'm not even halfway through my text. There's no way. I'm not even going to look up. My babies are in the car. You have to pay attention. It's just supposed to be a quick text. I'm so sorry.
Time in her career where she's the go-to player.
Oh, there's the baseline.
Flau'jae Johnson is averaging about 21 points a game, and their losses, less than half of that.
Already, let alone singing it off camera. Oh, Stevens, same spot, same result, and Chicago up by 2 of the day. Cloud bounce pass, Stevens with the finish. +1. Elizabeth Williams gets another chance. Rachel Panum, it's her birthday. She got clutch games. And Vandersloot pulling up from 15 feet. She'd been waiting to do that. She was itching to get back in.
Welcome back to Shawn Sierra Sports on Sports Zone Chicago. Those tips courtesy of the U, those with the sky. And there are you, Rick. Did Rick check in yet? Just for Rick. The Crooked Commish checking in from the AZ. What's up, Papa? How are you? Thank you for tuning in. Cornelius says, I know I'm about to be an unbearable prick about our teams. I hear you. Crooked Commish, he seconds that. Hey. Damn, King Booker will started early. We're not even good yet. He's starting. He's like, he goes, I've already started, Shawn. All my family and friends from different states, I already told them where they can go and do. I love it. I love it, King Booker World. Because don't just say you're on them before they were, just when they got good. Say, no. We started now. We started now. So we know. We saw what was coming. We smelled what the Rock was cooking. Pretty soon, Rock Chalowski will be on the south side doing that thing. Rock Chalowski. So is that how the infield is going to go? Montgomery at third. Rock at short. Chase Mydroff at second. And you alternate Mooney, Vargas at first and DH. That's what I'm thinking. Cornelius says, Shawn, what are the chances of the Sky bringing back Kennedy Carter, who was waived recently? Slim and none, and Slim probably left town. She's been on 4 or 5 teams for a reason. I know she's a good player, but sometimes the attitude your persona, your attitude sometimes disqualifies you from being welcomed to an organization. The play on the court, remember, it's not just a player, because she's not a superstar. You know what I mean? If you're a superstar, teams will put up with your bullshit. If you're a superstar, she's not a superstar. She's a really good player. I'd say she's a borderline star. Borderline. And the attitude that you bring with you, that you bring into the locker room, is huge. Like, if there's a lot, because that was the issue with her at all the places she's been in the locker room. So in a season right now, Cornelius, when the Sky are reeling, sky is falling, the sky is falling. You're not going to bring in a known locker room cancer into that mix. That's like saying, oh, look at that fire. Let me throw this gasoline on it. That'll put it out. That'll take care of it. It's liquid. That's exactly what that would do, Cornelius. So no, she's not good. Crooked Commish said, I'm good, Shawn, just dealing with the monsoon weather that brings the humidity. Humidity in Arizona? What? What are you talking about over there? What you talking about, Willis? What kind of weather you dealing with over there in Arizona? Let me see. So I got it saved. I got different cities saved on Frisco, Milwaukee, St. Joseph, Chicago, Worcester, New York, Phoenix. Okay. Oh, wow. 80%. 91 today in Phoenix over there. This is a high of 91 with an 80% chance of rain. Saturday, high of 96 with a 45% chance of rain. Sunday, Monday, 99 and 101. But Tuesday is 101 with a 40% chance of rain. And Wednesday, 98 with a 40% chance of rain. That's a lot of rain for you mugs up there. It's a lot of rain for you mugs out there. Okay. What you talking about? It's a lot of rain for the people in the desert. It's a lot of rain. You know, we're talking about Caleb Wilson and his appearance of being a bona fide star. All right. You saw him in college. You've heard him speak to the media about his goals. You've seen his work ethic. Like I said, that dude might be at the Advocate Center right now. I know he's in Vegas. I'm being facetious, but that dude has been at the Advocate Center shooting late night from people that I know. Reports that I've heard that dude is all about that business. I'll tell you, that warms my heart. It does. That I get a lump in my throat because I get choked up over it because I see a guy, I see an extremely talented guy who is going about his business with obsession. He's maniacal about being great. That chokes me up when I see athletes who have the talent and are maniacal about getting better. So often we've seen maybe kids we grew up with, maybe kids that we played against or just played in the same team who had unbelievable talent but didn't push themselves, didn't work at the talent, didn't work to develop and get better. We've seen it. We've seen it a million times. But here now we got a kid who's got the talent, who's got the immense talent, and who's got the desire to win, just like our quarterback. And that is dope. That is dope for us. And we have a couple of players like that in this town. Talking about Caleb Wilson. I mentioned Caleb Williams. I think Matas Buzelis also has that drive. I think we've seen Miguel Vargas. We'll see. Hopefully we see Mooney with that type of drive. What is he like in the offseason? Because something happened to Miguel Vargas in the offseason. He was in them cages. He was getting his mind right. I don't know if he saw a shrink or what. But he got his mind right. So this sports renaissance you're talking about, King Booker World, it's palpable. It's palpable. Like Eddie Murphy said in Raw, smell it. You can smell it. This Miguel Vargas young man is one that I am so happy to have on the White Sox. So happy to have him on the White Sox. You know, he's been a breath of fresh air, in my opinion. He's playing in LA, playing with one of the best organizations around. And he is thinking he's going to be a Dodger. Gets traded here to a horrible, horrible organization. Horrible organization. And people are wondering, man, what's all that about? I'm like, bro. And then he continues to go out so hold on. Goes out and he puts in this work. He's patient. He's patient with it. And I love it. He's a fun guy. And here I want to bring this up because I just thought no, not yet. I'm going to remove you from the Just watch this. Just watch this. This is dope. This is dope. It's got me, and I'm excited because you watch. Just watch.
Play. If you don't, you better figure out.
Oh, no! Oh, my goodness. The White Sox have just gone full White Sox.
Because I don't think he's going to be anything. See, that's the thing. I don't think Miguel Vargas is an everyday player on a good Major League Baseball team. And he may not be an everyday player on any Major League Baseball team.
But Miguel Vargas has just been so awful.
Look at this.
Miguel Vargas trying to break this game open. Bases loaded, one out in the fourth. 3-1. This ball is lifted high in the air, deep to left. There it goes. Miguel Vargas in his return here to his hometown of Miami. A grand slam in the fourth inning.
A 3-2. A swing and a drive deep to left field, and it is gone. New life for Vargas, and he homers.
Vargas, blast this one. Get out.
Back-to-back games for Vargas, and he loves hitting against the Cubs. Pitch to Vargas. Hits him hard. Back it goes.
Remember that walk-off? Friday night game.
Vargas says goodnight in the 10th as he walks it off against the Tigers. Career walk-off, and it is huge.
What did it take to become an All-Star?
Here's the thing that I love.
A lot, man, a lot. It's a long way from me. A couple of years ago, I got a lot of tough moments, and seeing all the way that I came, this means a lot for me. I thought I never gonna have joy for the game anymore, but this guy proved me wrong, and they gave me that joy back, and I love being part of this group.
The 3 All-Stars and these 2 guys. The friendship that these 2 guys are building is so awesome.
Miguel Vargas.
This homer was a moonshot. From a guy who was not in love with the game 4 years ago, All-Star and a blast of his former minor league teammate.
One of the biggest surprises, the biggest surprise in the sport, and the Chicago White Sox tees off and makes it 4-0.
And this is why he might be my favorite guy. They got their own little handshake, which is dope. Like, I love the friendship that they have. But I love what Miguel Vargas has turned himself into. I love what he turned himself into. And it's tough because sometimes you hit a low point and you're like, I'm done. It sucks what I'm doing. I'm not having fun. And again, that video courtesy of @SoxTranslator on Twitter, on X. Extremely talented young man. Has found a home here. These are the 2 guys. Those are the 2 guys you need to lock up long term. I know Mooney got a nice little contract, but the last year you better rip it up. I think it's 3 years. Excuse me. Pardon me. I just burped. Yeah, Murray. Oh, he signed a 2-year deal worth 34. So he got 17 a year, 17 million a year. So you take off that. Either you rip up that last year and sign like 5 for 100, and you give Vargas right about the same. That's right, King Booker World. And as a coach, as a former player who was doubted a lot, and as a coach who had kids who doubted themselves a lot, that one hits home. I love it. King Booker World said, that's right. There's an example of when everybody says one thing, but you say to yourself, I am. That's what it is. And now he's making Chicago home. On the South Side. Oh, sorry. South Side till I die. And the White Sox need to sign him and Mooney. Lock those 2 bad boys up. All right. I'm happy. I'm looking at our stars. I'm looking at our teams. I'm looking at the excitement, like you said, King Booker World, the sports renaissance. Sox are in first place at the All-Star break. I didn't have that on my bingo card. I'll tell you that damn much right now. I did not have that on my bingo card. I don't care if you're a scrub fan and want to say, well, they're tied for first. Okay, they're still in first. I did not have that on my bingo card. And the Cubs look like they were, unfortunately for the Cubs, the All-Star break might have come at just the worst time for them. It might have come at just the worst time because the Cubs are turning it around. The Cubs are trying to make a push for Milwaukee to take over the top spot in the NL Central. And sometimes that break comes to be a good thing or a bad thing. Maybe the break was good. They got a chance to reset and continue the way they were trending. Or maybe that break interrupts the momentum that they had. Here's where Craig Counsell is going to have to earn his money as the highest manager, one of the highest paid managers in baseball. You have to get your team back to the level they were playing before the All-Star break. They gave you a lot of money. You have a very, very, very well-compensated team. You have a nice payroll. You paid a lot of money for a lot of those players. The Bregmans. You just reached the Dansby Swansons. The Shota Imanagas. You paid Ian Haps. You paid a lot of money for a lot of these players. Northsiders, Cubs. Now you got to go to work. And I know you're behind the eight ball because your pitching staff has been devastated by injury. And I know everybody's pitching, everyone has injuries, but I don't know if any pitching staff has been ravaged like the Cubs pitching staff. You're still trying to find a way, which is showing Craig Counsell's ability as a manager. Those big boys you got to step up. PCA, you got to step up. Michael Busch, you got to step up. Alex Bregman, you got to step up. Seiya Suzuki, got to step up. Dansby Swanson got to step up. And a lot of those guys were stepping up. They were turning it around. We talked about that right before the break. What did I say? Oh, shit, Dansby Swanson might have woke up. 2 homers in a game. Everyone was like, what? Dansby? Seiya Suzuki was fine. It was going yard. We talked about PCA. If it wasn't for all the injuries in your bullpen, in your pitching staff, we'd have been talking about Player of the Month, Pete Crow Armstrong. We couldn't. We'd have been talking about, man, he's put himself back in the MVP conversation. But we couldn't. Because everywhere you turn, it was UCL, it was a hip, it was a oblique, it was a hip flexor, it was this, it was a back, it was that, it was something with one of your pitchers. So you got to start fast, out the box. King Booker World said, I actually did fantasy baseball for the first time this year, and this will be the last. I'm never doing that shit again. And also, Cub fans, you guys got to be happy. 2027, Wrigley Field, the Cubs will host the All-Star Game next season. 37 years since the last time they hosted it, and I was there. Well, I was there the day before. I didn't go to the game. Mondo says, fantasy baseball is the best. No, I know, but we didn't even talk about it, Mondo, because we were worried about your pitching staff. But that was just thrown on, kind of swept under the rug, him being player of the month. So you guys got to get out to a fast start. You're up north. Well, up on the north side. We're not going north to Minnesota. You're welcome into Twins. You're welcome into Twins right now to the friendly confines. You got to get out. You got to take 2 out of 3. Take game 1. Makes it a lot easier as opposed to losing game 1 and having to win the last 2. But the White Sox, Mondo, I did not. He says, I think you did some brujeria on the staff before the season started. For those of you who don't know, brujeria is witchcraft. Bruja is a witch. It's a witchcraft. Basically put a spell or a curse is what he's saying on their pitching staff. I would never do that. I wouldn't do that. I talk shit about Cub fans. I wouldn't do that. I would have put it. You're right. Hey, you already had a curse, all right? You had a big old curse for a long time. But the good guys are across the north of the border. We don't face Dylan Cease. We're facing Toronto. So we don't have Dylan Cease on the calendar this time. Thank goodness. I'll take it. And Toronto is a struggling organization. Last in the AL East. So what I just said about the Cubs, that holds true for the White Sox. You need to take 2 out of 3. Get that first game today. Let's see. What time is the game tonight? 6:15 Chicago time. It's on Apple TV. The Cubs are at 7:05 on their network, the Marquee Network. We got to get that win, though, first. Get this first game out of the way. I'm anxious to see how Mooney, because Mooney was having problems when he got back. And I'm not sure why they wanted him back so soon. Like, we got to get him back before the All-Star break. We got to get him back, I'm like, why? And maybe they did it because they might have figured he might want to try and do too much. He struck out an awful lot in that last series. Now you can kind of regress to the mean and say, okay, I don't need you doing that. I need you doing this. Because Mooney is going to be a big part of the White Sox this season. He's already been a huge part of their success. But if the Sox are going to be serious contenders for the AL Central title, which they are now, Mooney has to stay hot. Mooney has to produce again. I'm not saying he's got to hit another 20 homers. That'd be great. But he's got to do something. King Booker World, you're on fire today, you son of a gun. So somebody did something for that Cubs pitching staff. They need some sana colita de rana. How you know about that, King Booker World? That's hilarious. That's classic. For those of you who don't know, that's just a saying. Like when you hurt yourself, you're a bit sana colita de rana. And you just Spanish people say it. And it's because the actual translation it's like heal, get better, little frog's ass. Frog's tail. That's so I just wondering how you knew about that, King Booker World. That's hilarious. That's hilarious. Mr. Shode is in the house. What's up, Baba? Coming from outside the ATL. That's funny. But our basketball team is definitely on the upswing. Our baseball teams are definitely on the upswing. Our football team is going to be on the upswing. And I'm excited because next week they report. Man, oh man, is that going to be great. Next week they report, and there's a lot of see, this is what bugs me. So I'm listening to people talk. Or reporters will ask them, what's different this year than last year? You know what's different. The question you should ask them is, how excited are you that you're not, or how comfortable are you in this offense, and where do you think this offense is going to go? You can take this offense now that you're not learning it for the first time, and you have a command of the basics. Something like that is what you should ask them. Not like, what's different this year than last year? Come on. But that's it. That is it. We understand. We are fired up. It seems like Ben Johnson has continued to be Ben Johnson, which is I am ecstatic about. Continually putting pressure on people, especially the most important position in sports. The most important guy in that team, and that's Caleb Williams and his development. Oh, excuse me. I don't know if you heard me. I didn't eat yet. I went to CrossFit this morning. I didn't eat yet. Stomach's like, "Fool, I'm hungry." But I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to the development. I'm looking forward to his command of the offense. Okay. King Booker said, I grew up with a Puerto Rican family. I showed up when I was 3 and just never left. I hear you. Okay. That makes sense now. There's some issues or some, I don't want to say issues. There's some things we got to see play out or how they play out. The wide receiving room. You don't have the veteran DJ Moore to throw to anymore, which, you know, that hurts me big time. He's my favorite Bear on that team last year. Last 2 years. So who's going to – we all feel Luther's ready to leapfrog Rome Odunze, but let's not get it twisted. Rome Odunze was a 9th overall pick. Rome Odunze led the NCAA receiving yards his last year at Washington. So Rome Odunze is extremely talented. Rome Odunze had a lot of drops last year after he came back from injury because he was on fire. To start the season, was it 5 touchdowns in 4 games? The first 4 games, he had 5 touchdowns. Everyone's like, oh, snap. Then he gets hurt. Caleb's got to kind of develop a rapport with everybody else. He found a real comfortable target in Colston Loveland. He found another comfortable target in Luther Burden III. But we all saw how what's the word I can use? I guess we could say, I don't want to, do I dare say maniacal? When I'm talking about Rome Odunze, if you remember, he was running that 3-cone drill at the NFL Combine when he was coming out, and he didn't get the time he wanted. And he was one of the last people still on the field trying to get a certain time. So is he going to put that same type of effort into this year? Into making sure he becomes a hands catcher, not a body catcher. Because I'm sorry, you just don't lead the NCAA in receiving yards and not be legit. Do you understand how many warriors there are in the country? In college? Do you understand how many pass-happy offenses are in the country? And to lead the NCAA in receiving yards your last year in Washington says a lot. So if he becomes a hand catcher, we're going to have 2 unbelievable young receivers who are not afraid to take over the mantle that was left by DJ Moore. King Booker Will said, DJ Moore has been nothing but respectful since he left, and I got nothing but love for homie. Same here. Did you hear what DJ Moore did? Do I have this as a picture? This was the cool thing. This was the coolest thing. It was dope. I was like, man, that's why I love DJ Moore. I'm so sad he's gone. Damn it. I thought I saved it. Maybe I did, and maybe it's just a little further back than I anticipated. But I'll tell you the story. And this is why DJ is a first-class man. Oh, goodness, no. Yeah, I can't find it. I didn't realize it was going to go down this road. So DJ Moore's in Buffalo. He's at a mall. Now, mind you, DJ's not a big, imposing guy. He's a little taller than me. He might be 6'1". Okay, so he's not a big, towering presence like Julius Peppers. You know, like when he walks down, he just looks like a regular black dude walking in the mall with his kid. Just happens to be one of the best receivers in the NFL. So he walks by a sports store and he sees they're selling his t-shirt jersey. You know, this says Bills on the front, Moore on the back. I think he's still number 2. I'm not positive. But they're selling a t-shirt with his name on it. So he goes in the store, pays for all of them. Pays for all the t-shirts and said, just give them out. Just give them out to fans. And they walk by. I'm like, that is dope. That is dope. Let's give them out to the fans, the kids. Give them out to the kids. He didn't say who he was until the end, I believe, after he paid for him. Mad respect for him. So we have a guy in Roma Dunze who's unbelievably talented, who should be, I'm going to tell you, he should be trying to make a point. He should be trying to show that last year was a fluke. He should be trying to get back to wide receiver 1. They took you with the number 9 overall pick, young man. Show, not us, show yourself. Prove to yourself that you are that dude. Because I'll tell you what, Luther Burden is on a mission to prove to himself he's that dude. And everybody else is going to see it. If those two can coexist, which I think they can, wow. Because I don't want jealousy. I don't want that nonsense. I don't want that shit. And I know wide receivers can be divas. I'm not getting as many touches. But it doesn't seem like Ben Johnson's gonna put up with a diva type receiver. Because these dudes are blocking. And usually diva wide receivers don't block. Usually. And these guys are blocking their tails off every week. I'm anxious to see Kyle Monangai. What kind of year he has. I'm anxious to see DeAndre Swift. What kind of year does he have? He's in the last year of his contract, I believe. Double check. Yes. 3 years, $24 million and 24. So he played 24, played 25. And this is his last year through the 26th season. Going to be an unrestricted free agent. So here's the question. What do you do? Do you make yourself valuable enough that the Bears want you back? Because I don't know if they're going to give you 3 years for $24 million. You're going to get another $8 million. Are Kyle Monangai's hands better? See, he didn't fumble, but are his hands? Did he work on his hands? And I'm not saying his hands were bad. I'm just saying they weren't great. Although I don't remember him not catching a ball that he should have caught. But to me, I'm always going to be critical. Like if it's uncomfortable, if I can see it's a little uncomfortable catch the running back, then you got to work on your hands. Get to the point where you can catch it one hand if necessary. You know, my idols that I grew up with, that I idolized, were obviously Walter Payton, could do it all. Roger Craig, who finally was inducted into the NFL Football Hall of Fame. And I take that back, the Pro Football Hall of Fame. It has nothing to do with the NFL, the Pro Football Hall of Fame. He was the first player to ever have 1,000 yards rushing and 1,000 yards receiving in the same season. Then Marshall Faulk did it with the Rams. Christian McCaffrey has done it. I don't know if he did it for Carolina or the Niners. I'm not sure. I don't remember. So when I see a running back not be smooth with it, catching the ball, then I hope that's one thing that I focus on to see if they would do any work in the offseason. Because you can tell. You can tell when someone knows how to catch a football, especially if you saw him prior to it. If you saw him catch the ball before and just didn't look smooth, and now it looks smooth, you're like, okay, he put in hours. He put in hours at either the jugs machine, okay, or he had Caleb or a high school or some kid throwing him the football. He caught a lot of footballs. Hopefully he caught a lot of footballs this offseason. And you can tell. You'll be able to tell. You'll be able to tell. And this offense, once I think it can be scary from the jump. I think it can be scary from opening day. All right, that left tackle position has to be shored up and decided on. Gotta wait for training camp. Jedrick Wills, Braxton Jones, Theo Benedette. All right, 3 guys vying for that spot. Hope Jedrick Wills wins that job. I do. I hope he does, because I'm telling you, when you are a top 10 left tackle, when you're drafted in a top 10, there are traits that you have. And I know I said this before, and I'm going to say it again. There are traits that you have that other tackles don't have. That needs to be developed at this level for you to dominate to the point that so people understand why they took you in a top 10. Dan Rochar has a big job ahead of him to develop Jedrick Wills, because if you develop Jedrick Wills into your left tackle, you got a first-round left for the next 10 years. And he can't command a lot because of his play the last couple of years. So, yes, when you extend him, he'll be one of the cheapest, least expensive left tackles with first-round talent. How great would that be for the Bears financially to get a left tackle for the next 10 years, a first-round pick, a first-round left tackle at not first-round prices? How great would that help them in acquiring other things they may need? That'd go a long way. And if Jedrick Wills can do that, believe me, I think he would be more willing to not ask for the kitchen sink in contract negotiations. One, because he found someone who can develop him in Dan Rochar, but two, he's going to be on a winning team. And I understand. Super Bowl trophies don't pay the bills. But there's also something to go that there's something to be said for being a Super Bowl champion. There's something to be said for that. And I'm not saying he's going to take a big hometown discount, but he might just say, you know what, instead of, I'll take $2 million a year less, or that contract. Say they offer him $13 million and he wants 15, they offer 13. He might say, hey, cool. Black Diamond in the house. Good morning, Papa. I said, don't count out Ozzy, Shawn. Ozzy's going to be gone most of the year, if not all the year, bro. So I'm not counting on him at all this year. Because even if he comes back this year, how strong will he be? Mentally, where will he be? It's like people coming back from ACLs. Shorty, you are something else. Shorty says, hear me now and listen to me later. And the rest, this next sentence is in all caps. The Bears will become the first team to win 3 Super Bowls in a row. And they follow that up with 4 in a row. Keep this receipt. Shorty! King Booker World said, let Ozzy stay out, get 100%, and then come back. I agree. If you guys sit out the whole year and you come back, this is what Jedrick Wills literally just did. He sat out all last year just to get his body 100%. And if Ozzy comes back, we have a problem. We have a great problem. Because I'm not ready to move off of Darnell Wright yet. I want to leave him on the right side. You got to pay that dude. Alec Bradley cigars. Shorty. Unless you think Ozzy Trapillo can do as good a job as Darnell Wright, maybe you sign Darnell Wright and he becomes trade bait. I don't know. But I like Darnell Wright at the right side and have everybody else fight it out for the left. That's my thought. No problem, Shorty. I'm actually going to get some cigars right after this. It's funny. Yeah, I think, I'm telling you, I truly think that Jedrick Wills is going to have a lot to say in this left tackle battle. a lot. Braxton Jones might have to say. Braxton Jones might be a Black Diamond says Willis, like Braxton Jones, is here for a year more than likely. I agree with you. He's auditioning not just for the Bears, but for everyone else. But if listen, first round left tackles are a special breed. Not all of them pan out. The ones that do are a special breed. And if Jedrick Wills is that special breed, you can get him at a cost that's a lot cheaper than he should be paid. Not saying that you're ripping him off, but because of the fact that he hasn't performed as well as he wanted to, it's going to affect contract negotiations. Would he want to stay here? Because when you find a guy, a coach, who understands you, who brings out the best in you, that bond is tough to break. That bond is tough to break. I mean, unless you're talking about who was the cornerback last year? The cornerback that signed with Houston, I think it is, with all the picks. Now I can't even remember his name. Lord have mercy. Type it in the chat. The corner who we signed, came over because Al Harris was here. Kind of follow Al Harris around. Can't think of his name to save my life right now. No, not Zach Frazier. The free agent we signed last year who just signed a big contract with yeah, right. It's his first name. I don't know why I blanked on it. Nashawn Wright, thank you. Unless Nashawn Wright gets a huge contract like he did, then he's like, sorry, Coach, I got to go over here to pay me more money. Sorry, Coach Harris. Like Diamond said, I'm not excited about Willis, but according to Taron Armstrong, Kieran is the one to keep an eye on. Taron Armstrong he has a podcast, and he's former offensive lineman. I'm not sold on Geronimo Magaji. I'm just not. So I'm just not. For my soccer people, I got to talk about this before we bounce. Bounce, baby, bounce, baby, bounce, baby, bounce. Soccer people, Sunday fun day, 2:00, World Cup Finals. This was funny. You're I saw this on social media, and this is hilarious. Hilarious. The World Cup final, the colonizers versus the Nazis. That is hilarious. If you know your history, we talked about it last week. Spain, the colonizers. Argentina, the Nazis. They're big Nazi sympathizers and allowed a lot of Nazi military men, decision makers, to live their final days out in Argentina. I thought that was funny as all get out. That's fun. But the whole world's going to be watching. Can Argentina pull off what hasn't been done since, 76, I want to say? I think Brazil won. It was the last team to go back-to-back World Cup titles. It's going to be interesting. If you're a soccer fan, a lot of storylines. And what was really funny is there's a guy on Spain. What's there's a picture of 20 years ago. There's a picture of Messi with his baby. I guess the parents, they wanted to meet Messi and like, oh, my kid's going to be a soccer player, but blah, 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 blah. And now this kid is a young kid. I think he might be 18 or so. Now he's actually playing against Messi in the World Cup final. That's crazy. But Spain versus Argentina. My friend from CrossFit, she's from Argentina, and I would text her, congratulations, because I don't want Argentina to win, but I'm happy for her. She's great people, man. Great people. Her and her husband. And I sent her congratulations the other day, and she was like, "Oh my God," because they remember Argentina just came back from 2 goals down to beat England. And she goes, "Oh my God," I was crying. She sent me a picture. Her makeup was all runny, the whole nine. Because she goes, "You don't know how important soccer is to my country, to our people." I was like, "Yeah, I don't. No. Soccer's just not it for me. But for other countries, it is." So, yeah, she was like, "Are you going to watch my game on Sunday?" I was like, "Your game?" She goes, "At first I wanted them just to get to the finals." She goes, I said, "But since they're there, you might as well win it, right?" She's like, "Yeah." So World Cup final Sunday, 2:00. Is it Miami? What is that? Miami? Yeah, it's going to be one hell of a game. Millions. There might be, I don't know about billions. Millions. No, it's East Rutherford. That's right. Here's a question we were talking about. Who the hell cares? So Saturday is the 3rd place game. France and England. Who the hell cares? Why do you even want to play a 3rd place game? That game's in Miami. And the next day, Sunday, Spain versus Argentina from East Rutherford, New Jersey. So if you like some soccer, biggest soccer game in the world, Sunday. Biggest soccer game in the world is Sunday, 2 p.m. on Fox and Telemundo. Want to hear the American commentary? Fox. Want to hear the crazy Spanish commentary? Telemundo. But listen, guys, 2 hours is come and gone. I want to thank you guys, man. You guys made it a great, great show. We talked about a lot. We talked about the Bulls. Talked about the Cubs. Talked about the Sox. Talked about the Bears. Man, that 2 hours went quick, fast, in a hurry. Don't worry, Flavor Vision ain't blurry. I get to go eat lunch now. before I run a couple errands. But I want to say thank you for the love and support you guys give me all the time. I truly, truly, truly appreciate it because there's a million other things you could be doing, but you're spending your time with me, and that I'm grateful for. I'll see you guys on Monday, later today, at 12:15, Second City Sports with Lakina McGee, Sidney Brown. Another 2 hours of Chicago sports talk. And for those of you who don't know or haven't heard, unfortunately, I had to cancel the boat party. All right, the boat party. I was really looking forward to it. All right, we had to cancel it. Situation beyond my control deemed that we had to cancel it. So I don't know what I'm doing for my birthday yet. Next Saturday. I'm probably going to go to my buddy's steakhouse. I was talking to him today at CrossFit, but I may end up at Output, and I may end up at Output. Who knows? But nonetheless, guys, I want you to have a great weekend. Please be safe. All right, we got the smoke coming down from Canada. All right. The weather's going to be nice. We got West Fest going on this weekend. Man, there's so many things going on this weekend. All right. Take advantage of them. Summertime Shy's in full effect. It's going to be beautiful. The weather. Oh, shoot. Come on. Give me my girl, Cheryl Scott. See, they got to act silly. So I get to read the forecast. Stay warm or stay cool. It's hot out there. Smoke is crazy. Please check in on your people. Here we go. Saturday, today, high of 91. Saturday, 89. Sunday, 84. Ooh, nice day Sunday. Sunday, there's a daytime going on. I'm definitely going to hit that. I'm looking forward to that on Sunday. It's going to be good. I want you guys to have a great time. Have fun this weekend. Summertime Shy. Spend it with your family, friends, loved ones. Make memories. Okay? Let your loved ones know you love them because tomorrow is promised to no one. I can't emphasize that enough. Tomorrow is promised to no one. Okay? I want to come back and hear some crazy stories from you mugs on Monday. But until then, please be safe. I tell you, I say be safe. I'll say be careful. I won't tell you to be good. I'll tell you to be careful. All right. So from everyone here at Sports Zone Chicago, I'm your boy, the Superback, Shawn Sierra. I will see you on Monday. Okay. But your boy is out.
Come on, lace the bass. Get ready for the top and answer the drop.